If you really want more, scream it out louder. Leave it on the floor. Bring out the fire.
Anna, guest vlogger for Fit Perez, and today I wanted to talk to you about, do you know what kind of eater you are? The easiest way to sort of break it down is there are three types of sort of overeating. There's just straight up overeating, there's emotional eating, and there's binging. Overeating is ignoring your fullness cue. It's basically saying, I know this is yummy and I know I'm full and I'm going to finish it anyway. It's probably something people who, are a little disconnected from portion control and things like that suffer from the most. It's really easy to just eat those last two bites because something's tasty. But those bites can have 50 to 100 calories and they add up. So I try to pay attention to that. Then there is emotional eating. Emotional eating is using food to comfort yourself and to ease stress, negative emotions, and it's a way of managing your emotions. It can be like, oh God, I had a fight with my boyfriend. I'd really like to have a piece of cake. It'll make me feel better. Newsflash, cake is not gonna make you feel better. It's not gonna make that fight go away. It's not gonna make your work stress better. It's just a piece of cake. So you should eat a piece of cake if, you really enjoy it and it's something that, is really tasty and delicious to you. So you should have it, enjoy it, and move on. But you shouldn't have it as a way to try to cope with life or your feelings. It starts up a negative cell cycle and it actually can mask different feelings like anxiety, depression, basically anything. And it starts a negative self-cycle because it makes you think maybe you lack discipline or willpower or things like that. But really you're using the wrong tool to deal with your problems. Then there is binging. Binging, it differs from emotional eating in that binging is using food to absolutely suppress feelings. It is the absolute absence of emotion. It's a way to check out and sort of like pull a blanket up around yourself and have the, absence of emotion. It also creates a negative self-cycle and can lead to people feeling, worthless, out of control, and generally it leads to more binging to make yourself feel better because of those feelings. It's a little more mental and a little less food. So people who suffer from binge eating disorder, which is what I ended up finding out I had about 2 years ago, generally don't do well with diets because it's not really about food or hunger, fullness, or things like that. It's a lot more of a mental thing. Obviously I'm not a professional, but in my opinion, based on my own experience and the years I dealt with, failing at diets and feeling really bad about myself, I strongly urge you, if you think that you suffer from, a problem with binging or binge eating disorder, to get help, to have someone help you overcome that, because it's really hard to do on your own. And it's really hard to do with diet programs, and generally you need help finding other ways in which to manage your emotions and, tools. It's definitely something that, binging is masking issues. So you might need help, finding out with what those other things are and how to manage them. Knowing what kind of eater you are can really help you get the right help and support and the tools that you need in order to be successful at being healthy. So I hope maybe breaking it down into overeating, emotional eating, and binging helps you, and you can maybe, get on that road to success.